Fife Day Care is a well-established organisation, and I'm going to show my age here. I've actually been with the organisation 30 years, so I've seen it through its evolution, from just starting as lunch clubs through to supporting people with higher needs. So we've been in a few locations through the years, and we're eventually in what I hope is our permanent home, leasing a part of the building for Fife Council and the Care Village at Lunfanins. So it's a purpose-built resource centre for older people, and it's really great. Pre-pandemic, we were supporting up to 20 service users at each session for 4 hours, and we could have 4 or 5 staff and maybe 5 volunteers, so it was a really busy, fun, noisy environment.
People come in the morning, they have their toast and their tea or their coffee, and then somebody goes round and finds out the menu for the the lunch. It's a 2-course lunch, and then we go round and find out what activities. We have like an activity, a golf activity. Some people like to play dominoes. Some people just like to do like a bit of reminiscing and listen to music. And we also have a wee area that we got screens that we put down where generally ladies, we have had a few men that have had their feet done, but we have foot spas, or they could have their nails done, or some of the ladies like to get their hair done, some of them a wee bit of makeup and that. In the main big room there's like bowling or archery, or sometimes just exercises, seated ones or with a parachute, or and we have darts, but obviously no, the dangerous darts. That would be fun. Then the pandemic hit and the centre had to close, and we had to adapt kind of what we were doing. The impact on the service users has been varied, and their physical, their strength and balance has deteriorated. Being indoors when they've been used to coming to the centre, doing activities, even for people that were in wheelchairs, it was still meaning that they were having to move, to then sitting behind closed doors and being inactive. So I think witnessing that's been really difficult. I remember us all thinking, oh my goodness, how are they going to cope for 12 weeks without coming to the day centre? And it just seems so naive when you think back to that, because here we are 17, 18 months down the line. So it became apparent to us during that first lockdown that the isolation wasn't the only thing. They were bored, because the people that come to our day centre, they come for social interaction, they come to get support, to be active, mentally and physically. So that's when we looked at starting to apply for funding, because we did think, right, activity parks, and we could be dropping them at the door. We don't need to have any contact, and then we could follow it up with the phone calls that we're making to them, just saying, what did you think about that activity park? Was it beneficial? And it was great, because you could actually hear their mood had changed when you were speaking to them on the phone. We done that right up until we were able to start the home visits. At first I think the people, they weren't even wanting to just do it, they were just glad to see somebody. And the families were glad as well. They were saying, oh, it's great that my mum or dad's got somebody else to talk to, and just it was really good seeing everybody again. And then we started maybe doing exercises.
My brother David goes there. He's been going to their centres for over 10 years.
I enjoy them, they keep me fit. We play games and that, bowling and golf, and I like the day centre.
I've knew Davy for a long time, and he used to always come up and pop into the centre. Eleanor had thought that the daycare would be, so it was actually me that come out to see Eleanor, and it's just been great for them. He's just loved it. Yeah. It's been great getting to know people, their background, their childhoods, more of their family, getting to meet family members. Because in the daycare, obviously, as a group, you didn't talk about like personal. There isn't. It's a busy day, so you've not really got that time to sit down and get the one-to-one.
It's been really good for him. It gave him some place to go, because he's quite a sociable animal. So he likes to meet people.
What's it like when he comes home and he's telling them all the stories about so and so and so and so and everything, and everybody's engaged in it.
I'm really proud of the team. We've got a really small team and they're just so adaptive, they're so enthusiastic and compassionate. And I think because we're really good at retaining staff, you almost become like a family.
I always used to say about Fife Day Care, when we first got to know about it, it was after my mum and my brother died within the same week, and we had to sort of look after David and see where we were going forward. At that time I said, I always used to say to Carol, you were a godsend to us at that time. During COVID, they've been a lifeline to us as a family, and I'm sure to all the other service users and their families. I mean, they are really important in our family life.
We've got loads of ideas following on for the activity packs that we've had about exercise groups, having service users like Davy being involved and actually being a part of, instead of doing for them, we're going to enable people to be involved. And ideas for gardening group that we had pre-pandemic, we're going to move forward on that as well. We're very hopeful. We're going to move cautiously and carefully, but we're excited and we're hopeful.